Hi, I'm Shannon. I'm an addict. I was living on the streets. I was doing things that I thought I would never do, like, with men, drug dealers specifically. And I was just broken, completely broken. I've been in treatment since February 2nd, and it's now June 3rd. So I've been in treatment for a good while, but I needed it, so it's good. So detox, I came in, I was a mess, and that gave me time to just be with myself and kind of like heal, like repair, because I came in a mess, like most people do, and sick. So I was medicated. It was easy down, you know what I mean, coming down off everything. So that was really helpful. And then I'm in residential after that, which is I was off my medication for detoxing and just kind of really waking up, that pink cloud that they talk about, that, feeling that, and, just in a really good place. And then spending my time doing things, I was making bracelets and painting and just doing things that I love that I don't do while I'm high. And then PHP after that, partial hospitalization program, where you still can't go anywhere, but you're living in an apartment complex, you're making your own meals at this point, shopping for yourself at this point, but still all under the supervision of somebody. So, and that kind of a link between being in a bubble and being on the outside. So I think it was really important for me to have that time and kind of do for myself, laundry, all the things that I wasn't doing while I was out there, learning to do those things again, almost like getting on a bicycle again, you know how to do it, just a matter of doing it. So now I'm in IOP, which is intensive outpatient, and that's when it's kind of like the real test comes into play. You're still with people doing the same thing as you, so you're not just thrown out and good job, you go figure that out. I'll speak for myself. I'm in a place now where if I need to go to the store, I sign out and I leave by myself if I want. So far I have not done that. I have not left by myself, because to me it's important to have support and people with me, because that's just where I am at this point in my recovery. I'm not ready to venture out on my own. I did get a job, so I will have to venture out on my own. But even when I went to my interview, I had 5 people with me that rode the bus with me, walked with me, and they were there to support me, and that made me not nervous. I was so nervous when I thought I had to do it by myself. I was completely not nervous. Now I know I'm going to have to get on a bus and do the walk by myself, and I feel prepared to do that. But truth be told, we're in a place where you can get drugs easily. There's people on the corner, so it's the real test, and some people fall at this point and some people fly, so but that's where I am. I'm in IOP. I really love this place and this program, and because it's given me a second chance, you know what I mean, to really be successful. And I'm not 20, so I'm in my late 30s, and it's kind of, for me, it's get it together and have a relationship with my family, or be out there on my own, sick and suffering, because that's how it was. I didn't even call anybody because I was so broken. So that's what I got out of the 3 levels of care that we have here. So, and it's offered for you to live in halfway and still come here. I'm not there. I'm not at that point, and I'm not ready for that point, and I know that. But I got a really great therapist and really great people here that work here, that support me, that have a interest in my recovery, and that makes me push harder to keep doing the right thing, because I know I got people, and I really don't want to let them down. And most of all, I don't want to let myself down, but I also don't want to let them down. And I think that has really helped me this time to not mess up, knowing that I've got people that really have my back. So that's all I got for that. Basically, people having an interest in my recovery. I think that it's a more tight-knit, little community that you're in. It's not a very large rehab where you don't know half the people. We all know each other, and most importantly, we're all trying to do the same thing. We're all trying to do the right thing. We're trying to do the same thing. And I think that has made a huge difference. So and even the owner, both the owner, but runs a group here once a week, every week. And I've been to a treatment center before, and nobody ever met the owner. That's not a thing usually. So even having the owner take interest in everyone's recovery and want us to succeed makes a huge difference. I would say this is a great program. This is a great place, and people care. I mean, we got some of the techs that work here, David, Bino, there are people that work here. They yell at you all the time, but in a playing way. They just want you to do the right thing, and they call you out on your bullshit. And I need that. I think most people need that here. So that's important to me. And I look forward to seeing them every day and hear, what I mean, what do you got to say today? You know what I mean? About what I'm doing. And they're, even the techs, they love their job. They're not doing this for money, I guarantee it. They're doing it because they want to pay it forward. Most of them are in recovery themselves, and they do want to see you succeed. They know that they're doing it, and they know it can be done. So, and that's basically the message that you get is you can do this, get a sponsor, work the steps, just do it. Just do it, don't even take time and think about it. Just do it and just keep going forward. So that's what, for me, this place has been really great, knowing that people have an interest in my recovery. So, yes. I was living in Charlotte, North Carolina. I had left a treatment center with a guy previously, and that is not recommended, and I knew that, and I did it anyway because we thought we were in love and la-di-da-di-da, and of course both of us were heroin addicts, and that led us right back to it. I mean, we got together, and I would say within about a month we were using together. We left a treatment center and lived in an abandoned building. I was hotel hopping, and the hotels are not cheap here. And then I moved to a state where I only knew my boyfriend. He had moved before me, and I moved after him. And we ended up losing our place, and then we separated, of course, because I can go stay at somebody's house, but I can't bring my boyfriend with me. I ended up going in jail due to drugs. My boyfriend at the time joined the traveling fair, so that ended easily. And I was couch surfing, staying in abandoned houses, doing things that I just thought I would never do. A lot of receipt returns from Walmart. There was a lot of that going on. and I was not talking to my children, my parents, and any of my family, brothers, sisters. I was not talking to anybody. I'm still working on that. My daughter came around. Her father has always been supportive of me through everything. I'm so lucky for that. He is my best friend. But I still need to talk to my sons and my mother, my father, and my sister. I would say that was probably a huge factor, is how distant I became. I literally went off the grid. I mean, I didn't have a phone anymore, and I didn't borrow anybody else's phone to make these phone calls. When I say I went off the grid, I mean I literally no contact, okay? Just radio silence. So that was a huge factor. And then I was fortunate in that a really close friend of mine found me and asked me how I was doing. And instead of lying like I usually do, I said, terrible, I'm doing terrible. And he said, he told me that he was in a treatment program called Evolutions. And then he sent me the information and what I needed to do. And so, got it done. And then, and now I'm here. And I would not change anything, because I've really got to work on me, and I really, really, really want this. I want sobriety, and I want happiness. At the end of the day, what do I want in life? To be at peace and to be happy. And the only way that's going to happen is if I'm not using, because I am not a successful user. I'm not a functioning user. I take it straight to rock bottom, and this past time was definitely worse than when they say it gets worse. I can vouch for that. It's true. It gets worse every time, and it was the worst this past time. And losing communication with my family, that had never happened before. I didn't call my kids on birthday, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year, all of that. I missed all of that, and probably the worst thing I've ever done in my life to my family and the people that care about me is let them think that I was dead. So I didn't, try to do that. It just, because there was literally no contact, and I had never done that before. That was just what the thought process was for other people, is that I had died. And I would say that I feel guilty. I still have some guilt, that I'm working on with my therapist about that. I can't go back in time. I can only move forward and never do that again. But that was it. That was huge for me in wanting to, come here and do this, because it's as simple as, calling the place, figuring everything out. They find you a flight, and you literally can leave that day that you talk to them. I ended up leaving a little bit, not that day, but everybody's story is different. Everybody has a different path that they take, but what happened was, and the best part is that I did get on that plane. I did come here, and I wouldn't change it for the world. I would say I know how that feels. I know the feeling of just despair and regret and shame and guilt. And the shame is, huge, I think. And just that feeling that you have, and just you keep covering it up and doing it again and again. I would say look, I would say come here, honestly, but I'm biased. But get online, look it up, and just do it. It's not hard. It really, they work it out for you. They find you a flight. They find, it's as simple as that, and you can change your life. And that's the most important part, because nothing's gonna change. I know what I did was, tomorrow I'm gonna stop. Tomorrow I'm gonna stop. It was always tomorrow. You know what I mean? And tomorrow never came until I came here. So for me, treatment is huge. I know some people can do it through the program of AA or NA, and they don't need to go to treatment. But for me, I needed this. So, and a lot of people do, and because it's learning how to be an adult again. It's learning how to care about things that are important to you. It's learning how to do your hobbies again, and having your family and having the support and getting honest with yourself and getting honest with the people around you. I would say get on your phone if you even have your phone still, because I didn't. That was sold. So get on your phone or somebody else's phone and come look up evolutions and come. Because it's I'm not like a thumper or anything, you know what I mean? But you have to come to this one. But it's important to get help if you need help. And I believe in working a program. I believe in having the support and structure of treatment.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.